All right, so I think I'm feeling pretty good to roll this thing out. This is basically the checklist that I use for almost all of the SEO audits that I do. Normally, when I'm doing an SEO audit, I really don't use any kind of a checklist. It's normally kind of like a mental notice that I kind of give to myself. Like if I'm auditing a website, I know I'm always going to check for any technical issues, if there's any backlink opportunities, if there's any content that we should revamp, basically doing a full content audit. So there's so many different things that I always look for when I'm doing these audits, but I never really had anything that really kind of like puts into words what I'm looking for. Uh, so while I can normally keep it in my head, I would imagine some others really don't have as much guidance on what they should be looking for. So I just wanted to put together this checklist that goes over all of the different things that you'll want to consider when you are doing any kind of an audit. So hopefully this checklist is really going to keep you a little bit more aligned with the type of things that you should be looking after when you're doing an audit. So it's really going to range from a whole bunch of things here, and I will say this is going to be a little bit more SaaS specific. The majority of this should apply to most websites, like setting up Google Search Console or GA4. But there are going to be some sections like this. Like I have a content audit section that's in here, and also this conversion rate optimization section that's going to be a little bit more specific to SaaS websites. But with that being said, the majority of this stuff, especially the technical section, is going to be more really can apply to most websites. So I'm gonna with all of these instructions here. I'm hoping to at least have some kind of an article or video that's attached to them. So if you ever have any kind of a question, you'll at least have a video article that will guide you through it. We also have the tool, so if you're trying to set up Bing Webmaster Tools, obviously that's going to come from Bing. But like if we're doing something, trying to see if there's something that's a little bit more specific, like if we're trying to find if parameter or query string URLs are indexable, that's going to be something that we'll want to use Screaming Frog and Sitebulb for. So a lot of this is going, pretty much all of this is in question form, and it's basically to get you to ask the questions that really are going to hopefully uncover answers with your website, whether there's specific things that are wrong with it, if you're doing it right, anything you need to kind of like shift your attention on. And I have a status update for all of the checklist items that are here. So do you have access to your Google Search Console property? It's going to be yes, no, not applicable. If you do yes, then we're going to have the status update over here. If you hit no, then it's incomplete. Some of these are going to be a little bit more diversified. So I'm trying to see if there's any ones, like if you have a sitemap page that's being excluded from being indexed, if you hit yes, then it's going to need to be fixed. So there are going to be different status updates for each of the sections that we have over here, or each of the different checklist items. So they should be pretty specific to all. And like I said, there will be a video or article for most of the ones that likely you probably are going to have questions with. Um, but I mean, if you do have any questions and the article or video doesn't answer them, you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn and feel free to ask me if you have them. Or if you, I'm going to post this on YouTube too. So if you want to leave it as a YouTube comment, I can also address that as well. And I mean, this is only version one, so I'm gonna assume I'll probably have more updates that are going to come to this checklist. So the more criticism or constructive feedback you give me, the better this checklist is going to come out. But I hope this is going to be helpful for you. I have a lot of stuff here, so yeah, hopefully you enjoy this and you find this helpful.